Oh, David, come on, have a seat wherever you're ready. Wherever you're welcome. Hello, welcome to the Merrimack Valley Chamber's annual luncheon. This is formally known as the annual dinner. This would normally be a 500-person dinner here at the Burrows. It is every year, but because of the COVID restrictions, we're obviously restricted to less than 25. And we wanted to continue, though, under the leadership of our chairman and our board of directors, several of whom are here today. I wanted to all of you, thank you to our sponsors, and I want to say recognize our program sponsors because the chamber obviously has to continue to go forward, and with their help, we've been able to do that. So I want to say thank you to our title sponsor, Havel Bank. Lisa's here from Havel Bank. Thank you to our program sponsor. By the way, do you mind if I don't have the mask on while I speak? It's up to you. Are you saying yes, put it on?
No, you're good.
You're good. Lawrence Steward Hospital, our program sponsor, thank you. And our friend sponsors, Cambridge College, thank you. The Lawrence Regional Center, Holy Family Hospital, Steward Hospital, thank you. CWCPAs, Lowell 5, National Grid, thank you, David. Kentucky Bank and TD Bank, thank you to all of those. Their banners are prominent in our room, and we want to just make you aware of that. We have a great speaker that will be speaking during lunch, but before that, I want to recognize the chairman of the board. He'll give the greetings officially of the chairman, of the chair, and of the Chamber of Commerce. And I can tell you firsthand that this person has made a difference in the economy of the entire Merrimack Valley, providing needed jobs at all levels, providing job training programs to people that are under. You missed all that?
No, we did.
Providing job training programs for those that were underskilled and underserved, providing space and buildings, restoration and renovation to abandoned mill complexes throughout the Merrimack Valley, and who has established a tremendous business serving people and serving our communities. So Sal Colby is well known throughout the region. I want to recognize him as the chairman of our board. He's going to give some greetings, and after he gives our greetings, we'll ask our great speaker to speak. So Sal Colby, chairman.
So first of all, I just wanted to mention to everyone here how happy we are that you were able to attend. And it's a little bittersweet, right? Under the conditions that we're in, we're all trying to protect ourselves and protect our loved ones and our family. But it would not be unusual to have this room packed, people standing at the doors, people in other rooms. And I think that's really a testament to what the chamber does. First of all, I appreciate all the wonderful accolades that Joe gave. But as he was talking, I couldn't help but thinking really what the chamber is all about. Certainly, it's nice to identify and talk about people within the organization that have made great impacts in communities. But I think what the chamber does is it gives everybody an audience to make a difference in their community. It gives everybody an audience in order to take their company to the next level by networking, by building relationships. I'm very anxious for the next group of individuals to come or that next person to come and also make a bigger difference in that community. At the Lipoli companies, we're very proud of what we have done, but I think what we're looking for is to continually set that bar. We want people to continually surpass the next person, the person after that, and the person after that. That's truly how communities grow. That's truly how businesses grow. Businesses just don't grow with like individual and one organization receiving lots of wonderful accolades or wonderful commitments or talk about all the great things that they've done. Chambers excel when people within the chamber start at the bottom and they continue to rise and they flourish. As they flourish, so don't communities. And when we talk about communities, your business is in that community that you're in. Therefore, the people within your business, they continue to excel. They continue to grow. You are making a difference in their lives. And there are so many people out there today that the chamber has started with, that their company maybe was one person. Maybe it was two people. But today it's thriving. Their businesses are 4, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 people. I personally have seen the chamber or members of the chamber start with just a few people, and today they have 20 or 30 or 100 people, and their lives are better today as a result of their boss, as a result of their company, as a result of their community and the impact they made. So really what the chamber is all about, they're about the people in this room, and you're just a snapshot. You're willing to come out and support the chamber on a day like this, not only because of the weather, but because of the conditions we're under and the pandemic we're under. We're here to honor some wonderful people in this organization, recognize, but we're really blessed to be around each other. So on behalf of the chamber, I just want to personally thank you for coming out here today. I want to personally thank you for working hard within your organizations, most of all, your community, by helping your employees and helping the place that you work. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sal. Again, thank you to all of you for being here today, and we really do appreciate it. I'm going to introduce Michael Bevilacqua, the Vice President. He'll introduce our guest speaker, and I think you'll be very, very amazed. Michael was going to show you why we have him here. So please welcome Michael Bevilacqua, the Vice President.
Hello, everyone. As Joe said, I'm the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce, Mike Bevilacqua. I just want to first off, I thank all of our sponsors and everyone for being here today. I also want to thank everyone on Zoom. We appreciate you all joining us. If you take your camera up, you will be able to see you as well in person here at the annual lunch. But again, thank you all for joining us. The Merrimack Valley Chamber, ever since March, has been doing 2 virtual events a week. We appreciate you all being part of those. If you want to say thank you to all our members. And this is what today is all about, our members of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. And we were thinking about who should be a guest speaker for today. Sean Stellato came right to mind. Sean is an award-winning author for No Backing Down. These books will be available to be signed at the end of the lunch as well. And you can pre-order a good book for him as also today. And he's also an NFL agent. But more importantly, he's an inspirational speaker. He teaches people when you go down, you get right back up. And you know, through this year with the pandemic and businesses facing a number of challenges that they never thought they would have to face, we said, who better than Sean to come speak to them about getting back up when they are down. So with that being said, I'll introduce our guest speaker for today, Sean Stellato. And look at his left hand as well. Why? He'll show you. We have any Patriot fans in the house?
Absolutely. Don't worry about these past Sundays. We'll be fine. One thing about football I learned is you got to have amnesia sometimes with regards to being a receiver if you drop a pass or throw an interception as a quarterback. But Michael, thank you for the kind welcome. Each of us are given 86,400 seconds of opportunity each day to be a better person, contribute to society, evolve, develop, and prosper your human capital. Ultimately, recognizing this, do not be imprisoned by circumstances or challenges. Never back down. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be the guest speaker here for the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. Over the years, I've been asked many times to share the secret, what it takes to become successful in the world of professional football. How do you take it to that next level? Well, when we get to that next level, there's no luck by chance or accident. The only thing that determines if you achieve that goal is how hard you work, how committed you are, and how disciplined you can be. Over the years, it's been walking a glass mountain barefoot at times, but I stayed true to my roots, and through an unparalleled work ethic, fierce determination, displaying the highest level of character, I've been able to inch by inch get closer to the goals. You know, as a kid, I often, dreamed big, but I also used to look at the model, bear in mind, the measure of a person is the things that they care about. I care what happens to every U.S. soldier who fights for our freedom. I care what happened to the 1994 Stellato football team. And every adversity, every failure, and every heartache it carried, it also carried a seed of an equal and greater benefit. I believe that. I believe everything happens for a reason. I've studied many books, witnessed and listened to much adversity, and desire is the starting point of all achievement. Not I hope, not I wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. Believe it or not, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Surround yourself with believers, ones that believe in your power, ones that believe in your dreams, ones that believe in you. With that being said, I've been blessed to be around some amazing people. And I call that the circle of true believers. My mom and dad, my wife, my children, my brothers, and some mentors. And with that being said, the majority of people are met with failure because of their lack of persistence to create new opportunities when things fail. Life is a journey to be saved each step of the way. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And remember, success isn't really looked at as what you have or who you are. A lot of it's what you think. And I think pain is temporary and quitting is forever. The United States never quit, and the Salem High football team never backed down. We've obviously been, all of us have walked the glass now, barefooted these last, 8 months. The pandemic has been extremely challenging. And a lot of times, through this battle and seeing what it's done to people physically, mentally, spiritually, I often turn to my athletic background. Turn to, my faith. I turn to coaches that were like second fathers to me. And a lot of the lessons I learned on the gridiron I carry forward to today. Perseverance, resiliency, work ethic, following your dreams, and never backing down. As a kid, I dreamed of playing professional football, and I was blessed to play for an unbelievable, I call him the first generation Bill Belichick and Ken Brown. Then I had an opportunity to play for another Italian, Hugh Caldera, at the gunnery school. In the gunnery school, I was anointed with the opportunity on a full scholarship to go there when I had no direction. And they made me a lifelong learner. The level of gratitude I have towards that place that really put academics at the forefront and taught me that if I worked hard and I studied, that I could do anything I wanted. And then I had the opportunity to play Division I football and basketball. And through that journey, I was always said, a lot of people used to say, you're too small, you're not fast enough, you're not quick enough, you're Italian. And I get every single scenario you can think of, but I always believe it's not where you come, it's how you come. And I turned to my greatest asset, my work ethic. And I worked and persevered, and I fulfilled that dream of playing professional football in the Arena Football League. And, getting to that level, and where my head coach played backup Steve Young in San Francisco with the 49ers. A lot of guys, Kurt Warner, as we all know, were in the league, David Patton, Tommy Maddox, Jay Gruden. And I really learned something true about myself at that time about football. That, it is strictly business, that if you're fortunate enough to just steal a piece of time, and you can really leverage that moving forward to go after your goals and dreams. And that's what I was truly able to do. And being inducted into 3 Athletic Hall of Fames, I say that very, with humility. The fact that a lot of people wrote me off, but I always used to reflect. And even in these times we're in right now, yes, it's challenging. Business, spiritual, physically. We're up against, it's decimating businesses, it's getting people sick, it's causing casualties. But I think about my ancestors, and I'm surrounded by all of them when I step into my home office, which is field turf. And I walk in that field turf barefooted, and I imagine my grandfather coming from Calabria, Italy, with $50 in his pocket, walking those docks. The uncertainty that was in front of him. But he followed the American dream. And through that, and having goals and dreams, I think that's makes things tolerable when adversity knocks. As a kid, I dreamed of playing professional football. And I used to idolize Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, and Doug Flutie. Flutie because his height, similar size to myself, and then Jerry Rice and Payton because of their work ethic. And I remember my bedroom as a kid was a place I started a day where I finished a day. And I remember on that wall, the goal wall, reading my dreams, reading my goals religiously. And that's something I used to reflect on. And I remember hearing an interview by Walter Payton. And Payton said, the interviewer asked him the question, what makes you better than anyone else? And his response was, I want it more than they do. At 6 a.m., when he used to run an 80-yard sand hill with no one watching, he wanted it more than they did. When he used to go to practice,
there wasn't 65,000 people. He wanted it more than they did. When he used to play that one Sunday a week, he wanted it more than they did. So that mantra became a religion, became my motto in anything I've done. When I practiced, when I played, when I, negotiate a contract, when I do the due diligence, or as I get creative, write books, I want it more than my competition. So I think if you can carry that mindset, look, we all know complacency can kick everyone in the butt. But maintaining a fire in the belly and wanting it more than the next person is huge. And by having that mantra as a kid, peer pressure was never an option. Making the wrong decision was never an option. I always used to think about people that came before me, studying and reading books and autobiographies. But, with that being said, those words changed my life, and I was very fortunate, to have that part of my mentality. But moving forward, we're faced with extremely difficult times, and that's something where when I got the COVID virus back in March, and I was sick probably than I've ever been in my life, and I remember going through that battle with the body aches and the temperature and the non-sensitization smell and the uncertainty and watching the news, which will, I'm sure, frighten anyone. But I turned to one of my greatest assets, my faith, and I persevered. And I did a major self-assessment back in March. I was getting ready also to attend 2 virtual arbitrations for 2 ex-clients. One of them did a multi-million-dollar deal 10 days before he fired me. And I wondered why, what I did to deserve that. But I looked at, God put certain people in your life for a reason. And, that is something, was a learning experience. But I kind of decided at that point I needed more balance in my life. And I'm sure all of us, look, we can have success. Our businesses can be booming, but what if we have that void in our life? Relationships, spiritual, physically. So many people make a lot of money, but they don't take care of what's the most valuable asset in their life, their own bodies, their own relationships with their loved ones. So I decided that from that point back in March, that how I was going to evolve and how I was going to take it to the next level was to get more balance in my life. Spiritually, physically, my family, my relationships, and professionally. And if I could walk with those 4 corners on a daily basis and carry that mental picture with me at all times, that no matter what comes my way, I know I'll be able to get through, and I urge all of you to do the same. So whether you're 15 or you're 65, continue to set goals, continue to think outside the box, because we're in a trying time right now. But with the human capital that everyone has in this room and everyone that's listening remotely, there's great ways in the information age of the 21st century to continue to get creative. Michael and Joe, I've had a great relationship with them. They obviously, I'm blessed to be included in this. I think everybody needs motivation and inspiration sometimes. And I was fortunate enough to grow up watching the movies Rocky, The Natural, Friday Night Lights, Rudy, Hoosiers. Those movies gave me big dreams. And then I was privy to be part of this amazing journey and no backing down. And I remember going home Thanksgiving for a day back in college, and my father was sitting there watching a high school football game of us. I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, that's in the past. He said, someday you'll understand. And it really hit me that day. And as I persevered playing, when I exited the game, I kind of had it was challenging. My goal was to play in the National Football League, and I came, a little short. But I was like, God blessed me with this remarkable story, preserved my mind that I could write. And let's face it, growing up, we're all given books of things we can't relate to. So my goal was to create something really special. So from personal tragedies, from miraculous wins, from political to small town politics, to an antagonist to a protagonist, to the backsetting Halloween cinema masks in neighbor Hollywood. And that's what I used to think until I met a gentleman by the name of Angelo Pizzo, who wrote Hoosiers and Rudy. Angelo fell in love with the project and narrated completion of the script of the movie.
So I'd be happy to talk to anyone post or in the future if anybody's interested or wants to hear about this project, as I can assure you now that you thought Rudy and Lucius was good or My All-American, this one is going to be even better. Why? Because it's a New England-based store in all New England. And we know the passion we have out here for sports and for good human triumph stories. My 12-year-old daughter, Gianna, she came down with juvenile arthritis. When she got sick, I said, Gianna, what can we do to bring awareness to children with autoimmune disease? She said, Daddy, let's write a children's book. So we took her passion for ballet, my passion for football, and we created the Harry Football Magic. Blessed that Coach Bill Belichick endorsed these on the back cover. It's going to be a series of 4 books. The sequel's going to drop in 2 months. It's kind of like Friday Night Lights meets the Goonies. With that being said, I'd be happy to, discuss any of that. Hopefully, you guys will pick up a copy of the book after. With that being said, I just want to, in conclusion, share a story my grandmother shared with me as a kid. And this is why I'm so indebted to my late grandmother. She's actually one of the main characters in No Backing Down. She was passing away during the story. When the Germans left town in 1944 in a small village in southern Italy, they shadowed the statue of Christ. As the priest grabbed the men and women and children, he asked the men and children to assemble the pieces as the women folk prepared the village feast. At the dawn, the children came to the priest in despair. Padre, we've tried to put back the hands to Jesus, but they shattered bits. Children, don't you understand? You are his hands. May something inspire you, and may you be moved and guided when needed most. I wish all of you continued success. Hopefully we all can collaborate. And God bless. And hopefully the Patriots will turn it around this weekend.
Michael and I, we got invited, I don't know how, we got invited to a reception for 4 of the Patriots that played in the Super Bowl. And Sean coordinated it, and I don't know how we got invited, but we did. And we're always anxious to take advantage of every opportunity for our chamber. So, me, I went up to Sean with Michael and said, we're so-and-so, and we'd like to have you come speak for our chamber. He goes, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. I said to Michael, I said, I'm not sure if we'll ever get this phone call, because this guy's a legitimate NFL agent, and I'm with the Super Bowl stars from the New England Patriots, as well as past Patriots that you have in your group. And sure enough, the next day, Sean called me. And sure enough, we had Sean at one of our chamber programs. Since then, we've invited Sean to, are involved with some other organizations, volunteer. And we've had Sean speak to 500 people one night here, right here on the other side of the building. And he never fails to bring out 3 issues. The first is don't ever back down. That you can go through and do anything. The second, he talks about family. And the third is he talks about opportunity for all of us. And Sean, we want to say thank you. This is his book that we're selling the books over there if you'd like. But also, it may be made into a movie. And I'm ready for the starring role. Because I am walking at 6 o'clock in the morning now. So, but in all sincerity, give Sean another round. But Sean, just show him the ring once more. That's unbelievable.
Right here?
On the other side.
Offside, sorry.
Right here.
Yeah, you can give it to me if you want.
There we go.
Thank you, Pete Carroll, for calling that play on the 1-yard line.
Let me say thank you to Sean again. We say this with all sincerity. First of all, we want to say thank you to the boroughs because it's not economically feasible for them to open up for 20 people. But they did it for us because they respect what we do here at the Chamber of Commerce, and give them a round of applause. And for Sean Stellato to come out, he could be anywhere. He literally flies across the country. In fact, what you didn't get today is the time. You didn't get the schedule where I just flew to Ohio, I just flew to California, I just flew to Florida, I just flew to, right? Because he has to go where the talent is.
Yes.
And the other piece that you didn't get from Sean was how, tell me if I know your speech by heart now, how he searches for talent that may not be on anyone else's radar screen. And he helps to develop them, am I right?
Yeah.
And that's what has been his success. So don't back down, and we want to say thank you. And our own chairman was a football player, the captain of the Northeastern football team, so he understands this. Let me tell you about the awards, and we want to say thank you once again to our sponsors, and thank you to all of you. The Chamber has 1,000 businesses. Each year, we watch throughout the year the businesses that we believe make a difference, that are going above and beyond, that are reaching out into the communities, that are reaching out to the community of people, that are reaching out to the communities of businesses. And either through their own desire or by necessity, have done something establishment tremendous. They've done something exceptional. And after discussion with our chief, we've come up with 4 award recipients today that we think represent the finest in the business community today. And it's a very, very difficult choice. But we're going to tell you why we believe these are the people we want to recognize today. And we apologize to all of you award recipients. You should be facing 500 people. But we're doing it the way we have to because of the crackdown and the COVID. And you all know it much better than I do. But we're on Zoom. Thank you to the Zoom recipients, Zoom watchers. We appreciate you. And this Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce, the day of the COVID shutdown, we went virtual the next day, thanks to Rayanne and Michael and Mary Beth, not me. I give complete credit to the Chamber staff. And we have done since then almost 80 virtual or hybrid or in-person programs to keep our membership informed with the information they need necessary and to promote and support our local business institutions. We all know the impact of the COVID virus. It is far, in my opinion, it has impacted us far greater than I ever anticipated, and perhaps many of us. Thank God we have had our community hospitals. Thank God Lawrence Shurnell Hospital and Holy Family Hospital have been there to help those people in need, not just affected with COVID, but affected with the normal day-to-day illnesses that people have. Thank God we've had the people that work there each and every day. Because we read about it in the papers, we see it on TV, but we're not there each and every day. Our chamber has done several food donations, and we had a chance to meet some of the staff at your hospitals. And it's amazing the spirit they have. You know, I thought they would come out depressed because that's all they face is that illness every day. But they were so upbeat because they were helping people. And the spirit of positivity was so, I like that word, Sean, was so great. It's just amazing to me. And I know that Sal, you did with your pizza company did donations. And I know others have done food donations. Just to say thank you to the workers, to the employees. Well, someone has to lead these efforts in these monumental tasks of helping to cure people, helping make people feel better, and helping console the families and address the family questions. We are very, very fortunate that we have both Lawrence Shurnell Hospital and Holy Family Hospital. And so what we'd like to do, if I may give this to our chairman.
Can you ask them to turn on their videos so that people can see them?
To Zoom people?
Zoom people, yeah.
Well, if you're on Zoom, turn on your video so you can see the award presentations. We also have citations, by the way, not just from the chamber, but from the state senators. We want to recognize them. But we have decided that the award should be shared this year. First time in my knowledge of the chamber's history. And the reason why is we want to recognize the work of each of our hospitals. We want to recognize the work of their president/CEO. We want to recognize the work that they've continued to develop, and it seems like it is not getting reduced, but in fact is increasing. And we want to say thank you. And if there's anything that we can do as a chamber, it is say thank you to both Deborah Wilson and Craig Jezelowski. Please come forward.
Craig, your staff is clapping there, by the way.
Yes. So you can look to the left and see Zoom. We also have staff people here from the hospital as well. So Sal, this is Craig.
Joe, would you like to take a picture of all of us?
Yes, we're going to. Yep. Yep. No, we want to do them individually, and then we'll do them together. And then
Congratulations.
Thank you. Deborah. And then we'll do them individually as well. We're going to ask, after we take the pictures, we'll ask Craig and Deborah to say a few words if they don't mind.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more for good luck. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's do one with Craig first and then one with Deborah. Craig? Yep. Craig, congratulations again. Thank you.
2, 3. Okay.
Okay, Craig, let's do Craig.
They're all cheering for you guys. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
So, Craig, do you want to say a few words?
Yay, Craig. Go, Craig. You wouldn't be here without my team.
Great award. I accept this on behalf of the 2,000 employees and physicians at Holy Family Hospital. It's been a long ride. We saved the lives of hundreds of people. We did this in conjunction with Lawrence General Hospital. It's amazing how sometimes a crisis can bring organizations closer together, and really did through Deb's leadership and the leadership of her team. We got together weekly to talk about what was going on, challenges we were facing, how we could support each other, the different things that we need. We actually helped each other and shared resources at times, all for the greater good and the health of the communities that we serve. And quite honestly, from that has stemmed a lot more collaboration between the two organizations, because we believe it's important that we have two very healthy hospitals in the community. And the only way to do that is by supporting each other and keeping care local. And so we have another number of initiatives that we're doing to make sure that continues. So on behalf of the employees, I accept this great honor. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the importance of the Chamber of Commerce to the local business community. I served as the board chair down in Fall River when I was on St. Anne's Hospital for 2 years for that Chamber of Commerce, and served in other positions. And then the whole 7 years while I was down there, I served in the Chamber of Commerce board. So fully understand and realize the importance of the Chamber to the business community, how important it is to the businesses, and how important it is that the businesses support the Chamber of Commerce, whether it's through donations, through sponsoring the events, through your, serving in different capacities. So I would ask that you continue to do that. Last thing, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank God for this great honor. He is the reason for blessings on our 2,000 employees and physicians. And thank you very much.
Deborah, I'd like to introduce you. Come on, say a few words.
Hi, everyone. I'd also like to echo Craig's words. Basically, it has been a privilege to work together with Holy Family Hospital during this pandemic. I'd like to thank our 2,000 employees also, because this award belongs to them and all the frontline heroes that have been here through this pandemic. And then I'd just like to say to Sean, what a perfect, basically speech about what we're dealing with right now. February 1st, and then one short month later, the pandemic hit. And
did they tell you about that?
But I've been at Lawrence General for 9 years, and instead of feeling like it was a burden, it was truly an honor on me during this crisis. And what we focused on is what can we do for the community? And we set up the 24/7 hotline, and we have an 8-lane testing site. We're working on the Stop the Spread campaign. And as Craig mentioned, we're working very closely with our local hospitals and really trying to make sure that we're there for the patients. So this does belong to all of the employees of Lawrence General Hospital. I'm so proud to work with them, and to all frontline heroes and the people behind the scenes that support them. So thank you, Joe and Sal and the entire Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce for this award, and it means so much to me and to my entire team. Thank you.
Just so you'll know, we're going to provide each of the award recipients with a signed copy of Sean's book. So Sean, maybe then you can sign a copy for each of them. I want to introduce Michael, who'll introduce Brian, and when you meet Brian, you are going to be amazed. Because if there ever was someone, all right, Michael, that didn't back down, it was Brian. Michael, that's a lot.
Thank you, and congratulations to both Deborah and Craig for their awards, and thank you for everything you've done for the entire Merrimack Valley and all your staff as well. So thank you. If you haven't figured out yet, the theme of this year's annual dinner is helping others. The people to my right, including Sal, help others each and every day. So we want to say thank you, and the people to my left, who are introducing right now, continue to help others each day also. I want to introduce Brian Mojica from CathWear. Brian's invented an incredible product, and each and every day he always says, how can I help you? How can I help somebody? He never asks for himself. It's always about others. So with that being said, I'll introduce our award recipient for Emerging Leader, Brian Mojica.
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, is who I would love to give all the honor and all the glory for allowing me to be here today. I also want to thank the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce for really taking me under their wing since we had met, who I met through the Lawrence Partnership Program, who I met through Dr. Lane Glenn, who I met through Frank Cavallo as we were obtaining a loan for CathWear, which is a medical underwear that I invented and patented here in Lawrence, Massachusetts. We're selling internationally now. We're creating jobs within the community. And I did all of that because I reached out to somebody who reached out to someone who reached out to someone else. And there's such a rich ecosystem here in the Merrimack Valley. We pushed through the heroin epidemic, which is over, it's no longer mentioned. We pushed through the gas explosions, and we're pushing through COVID-19 as well. We are a very resilient community. I started out as a student at Northern Essex Community College, and I'm on my way to obtain my third college degree. I have 7 medical patents for multiple devices, and it all came, a product of Lawrence High School. I was born in Lawrence General, worked in Lawrence General, and I just love this community. I'm a US veteran, I'm a registered nurse, I'm an inventor, and the product that we invented is designed for urology patients. And in the middle of the COVID shutdown, when the elective surgeries were shutting all of the procedures down, we saw growth when so many companies were closing. And that's a true testament to things like the organizations like the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce, and also to the innovative design. Joe and Mike Bevilacqua have called me on numerous occasions. Dr. Lane Glenn have introduced me to Lawrence General Hospital, to Holy Family Hospital, and really put me in a position to win. And as our brother said here, to never back down. I'm very honored to be here today, to be here with the leaders in our community, to be here with Sal Lupoli, which that name speaks for itself. So I gladly received this award, and my answer is yes to anything that the community will need to help us push forward. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more for good luck. There we go.
Congratulations.
I want to mention one thing is that we actually introduced Brian to Fox TV. They actually did a segment with Brian in the Merrimack Valley Chamber. The amount of responses that Brian got after that from his amazing projects was just fantastic. And everyone's amazed by how great of a product Brian offers to people and able to give a lot of people a lot of comfort. So I want to say thank you and congratulations to Brian again. And we look forward to seeing what the future has for him. Yes, sir. Thank you. And our final award for today is presented to the Merrimack Valley Food Bank. The Merrimack Valley Food Bank began serving families in 1991 as a small, local-based program and has grown to serve 30 communities throughout the region, providing food for up to 60,000 of our neighbors monthly. Thanks to the food bank and its supporters, families and businesses got supplemental food relief during the 2018 gas emergency. It has given food to 30% more people in our region since March when COVID-19 began. And one thing with the food bank is that you would think year after year, the need might be going down, but it's only increasing, and we are very fortunate to have people like Amy Pescia and the Merrimack Valley Food Bank to help and assist others. So with that being said, I want to present our final award to Amy Pescia and the Merrimack Valley Food Bank. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you, Michael. Is this yours now, Sean? I really am standing. And I'm so glad that the Chamber chose to recognize the food bank for our impact in the region, because even though we're located in Lowell, we feed most of the people throughout the valley, people that may live right next door to us. More and more people that have never had to ask for help before with food are visiting food pantries that you all know of: Lazarus House, Salvation Army in Lawrence, Haverhill, and Lowell. We have the resources, thanks to all of you chamber members who have supported us. Thanks to all of our local, state, federal lawmakers and their staff, we're able to manage federal and state food contracts so that we can provide nutritious food for our neighbors so they can maintain their health, recover physically and financially during this extraordinary time. We're honored to receive this award. I share this award with all of our supporters, with our partners, agencies that I mentioned. Neighbors in Need is just one. And also, it's likely that our staff at the food bank is not able to join on Zoom because they're busy giving food to our member agencies so that the about 60,000 people a month that we serve can get nutritious food. So thank you again to the Chamber. Congrats to my fellow honorees. And you can also partner with us through the food bank. Our motto is together we can. We haven't backed down during this pandemic. It's brought on extraordinary challenges, and you can join the food bank family if you haven't already by looking us up in the Chamber directory, and we'll share how you can share food, funds, or your time to help our neighbors. Thank you again.
Thank you. After, if you want to do one group photo with all the award winners, we close the program out.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 1 more. Thanks, Chris.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, this has been a
It makes up for an impact.
I understand, absolutely. This has been an attempt to recreate our annual dinner. We want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all the Zoom participants. Thank you to our sponsors that we announced earlier. And again, the sponsors are all listed in the program book. We want to say thank you again to all of them. We couldn't do it without them. And most importantly, thank you to the award recipients for what they do each and every day. We want to say thank you. Give them a round of applause. The program, and we'll just have the award winners do one group photo together. And thank you to Sean Stellato.
On a day like this, thank you for coming out today during the pandemic that we're in. Thank you for coming out today. This means a lot to not only us, but sure it means a lot to your family. So on behalf of the Chamber, we want to thank you and your family for weathering the storm today and coming out. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. We want to say thank you also to Senator Gonzalez and Senator Tarr, who provided some citations. And thank you to all of you for coming out. You know, we really have a great time. And shut the microphone off because we're done. Thank you all. Do one photo.